Okay, this is KP for MD. We are live on YouTube.
Good evening. This is James, Alpha Echo 6 Juliet Golf, your net control operator for the River City Arc Slow Scan TV net. This net serves for training and practice in image transmission modes and meets Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on the repeater on 441.30 megahertz. River City Arcs members and all licensed radio amateurs are welcome to participate. If you wish to join the net or need to make a call at any time, please announce your call sign between transmissions and net control will acknowledge you. If an emergency should arise and you need the repeater, please contact net control by saying break break. A double break signifies emergency traffic. The net will stand by for you until the emergency is terminated or the traffic is moved to another frequency. Stations who wish to check in are asked to respond with their full call, ITU phonetic alphabet, and their name. I'll recognize each station before continuing. Any station who wishes to check into the net, please come now. Good evening, Joel. And I know Carol's out there, so I'm going to write her name down, KP4MD. Who else is out there? So far we have Bob, Bill, Joel, and Carol. All right. Well, this is the list, and we'll go in this order: Bob, Bill, Joel, Carol, James, and we'll look for check-ins in a little bit. So, Bob, N6PGQ, are you ready?
Well, I didn't think I was going to be first. Let me see if I can find the cursor here. Okay, there we go. This is going to be PD120, N6PGQ.
I got a really clear, beautiful picture. Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, great copy here. Very few pixel pops. Very good copy, actually. Yeah, it looks like an older car. I'm not a car guy, so I don't really know much about cars. I do like the color of the car, so red and then black and the red with looks like metal racing stripes. And then the rear mirrors are on the hood of the car. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can't really make the emblem out in the front of it, so I don't know who makes it, but I would say this is some kind of classic car. I see there's one behind it too, so maybe it's a car meeting, car meet. I wonder if this is your car there. So N6HA back to net.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, it looks like a removable hardtop, like maybe a Thunderbird, but I'm not sure. Joel, AI6DG.
I don't think that's a Thunderbird, but it is nice looking, nice and shiny, tricolor with the black and the white and the chrome and the white walls. In a parking lot, another old car to its left, in other words, away from us. Looks like we're at like a parking lot, maybe a rest stop at a, geez, I don't know, because it kind of looks like we've got a freeway behind us with trucks and cars. But I don't think it's a Thunderbird. Maybe a Rambler or a Chevy or something. I'm not sure. I'm not into the 50s cars that much. But someone's baby. Someone's proud of it, I'm sure. Back to net, AI6TG.
Thanks, Joel. Looks like there's a ham radio antenna right next to that passenger side mirror. Okay, Carol, KP4MD, comments on Bob's photo.
I know even less about cars, but all I can say is it looks like one of those heavy cars that actually had a steel body, kind that my dad used to drive, and the kind that you see in the in those old movies like from the 60s. So back to you, KP for MD.
Thanks, Carol. Okay, Bob, N6PGQ. Give us the rundown on what and where.
Okay, we were driving home from the CPAC radio conference up in Oregon and stopped at the rest stop on I-5, and here were a bunch, like about 9, of retractable hardtops all sitting there headed south for a meet. This is a 1958 Ford Fairlane retractable hardtop. The top lifts up, the back folds towards the top, and the trunk opens up, and the whole metal assembly folds into the trunk, leaving a square box in the middle where you can put your luggage so it doesn't get squished by the top of the car. And I'll let this drop. As you would probably figure, there were no electronics in the 1950s, so this thing was all run by servo motors, and they were sort of little motors like you would find in a screwdriver antenna that locked the top into place, and the back that is folded up, the trunk I guess you would call it, screws the thing down and locks it down. They were very expensive, and they were the top-of-the-line Ford that you could get in those years. The one that you're looking at in the foreground is a 58, and the one behind it is a 57. 57s have single headlights, and 58s have dual headlights. 59's got boxier. Anyway, there it is, a hardtop convertible. Beat the Lexuses by a whole bunch of years. N6PGQ.
This is AE6JG. Thanks, Bob. All right, so Fairlane, not Thunderbird, but I'm a little bit pleased that I got close. Any comments or questions for Bob on his image?
The I6DG.
What was that, Joel? I missed it.
Asking where on I-5?
Oh, I'm guessing just a little bit south of Weed.
All right, thanks. That's a great image. Let me say good morning to Andy, 2E0REE in England, who's on YouTube with us. And let me check if there are any more check-ins. All right. Well, now we're going to move to Bill, N6HA, who's using a brand new used ICOM 9700 if he found the cord. Are you experimenting with that tonight, Bill?
Yeah, roger that. I found the cord. I was able to receive, so let's see if I could send. Let me get I'll do tone real quick. Any tone?
Negative, no tone. Oh.
It's there, but extremely quiet. It's almost non-existent.
Joel, did you hear the tone very quiet?
Oops, sorry, I doubled with you. That's exactly what I was saying. It is transmitting. There is a tone, but it's so quiet it's almost non-existent.
Okay, you're going to have to skip me. I'm not sure what to do because the volume's turned up all the way.
Just tap it with a hammer. That always works, Bill. All right, let's go to Joel, AI6DG. Yeah, that I can hear. So Bill, your tone was probably 5% of what Joel just transmitted. So I don't know why that is, but I know you'll figure it out. We'll check back with you after Joel's done. Okay, Joel, go ahead.
PD-120.
create a multi-band antenna. Carol, do you see Joel's image comment?
Yeah, this is KP4MD. This looks like these are symptoms of a condition we call inductophilia, which is an irrational obsession with winding coils. And you know, some people get really euphoric with this kind of activity. But yeah, I could see nine. It's a piece of paper uh, marked off into 9 different sections with 80, 60, 40, 30, 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10, which must be the meter bands for all of those little circuit boards with toroid inductors. So probably some kind of a bandpass filter or something of the sort that you're doing there. And then there are a bunch of other little what they call surface mount components there over on the right side that are all on tapes. So have no idea exactly what else this would be unless they're individual transmitter, like these little pixies for each band, but I kind of doubt that. So back over to you, KP4MD.
Thanks, Carol. This is AE6JG. Bob, N6PGQ, comments on Joel's image.
Well, the image came across really, really well. Carol described everything really well. You can see a red-handled flush mount cutter and another either cutter or tweezers that has a green handle, and some wire in a coil down at the bottom. It probably isn't solder, and a bunch of little surface mount parts on the right side of the picture. Again, good quality, N6PGQ.
Yeah, I have good quality, just maybe the ID through the top, the third there. Bill, any comments for Joel? Bill, we didn't hear you. There was a good carrier, but zero sound, no voice. Could be related to whatever you're working on. Joel, cool image. Tell us about it.
Scrambling, running across the room back to the hand mic. This is me in progress of building a little kit called a RF bit blaster. It's a little transceiver board. It's for digital modes. It's got its own mode, I guess, written by whoever designed the project, called SCAMP. But apparently I'll also do sound card modes like T8 and so forth. I don't know. I'll find out more when I get it all finished. It came with all this. The main board, which isn't here, came with all the surface mount already on it. So finishing the through-hole components, the other components, was actually pretty simple on the main board. I suspect the majority of the work is the toroids and these filters. Each of these little boards plugs into the main board of the RF bit blaster, and they're per band, and they're the bandpass filters that are normally switched via relays on a regular transceiver. In this case, it's just these little boards you plug in and out, and they're bandpass filters for that band. I've already wound the toroids. That's the numbers on the upper right of each square. the number of turns slash and then the length in centimeters of the wire for that toroid. And you can kind of see the circles on the little red boards of where those are going to go. And then there's all the surface mount components that are the capacitor part of the filters that are surface mount on the little strips on the right. And that's what the rest of the numbers are, is the value of those that I have to put on C1 through C7 pads on those little circuit boards. So at some point I need to start surface mounting the correct value of each of those on each of those boards at the appropriate spot. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The rest of the kit is fun. This is not fun. Back to net, AI6TG.
All right. Well, I think Carol's right. Let me say Dr. Carol has diagnosed you with a toroid winding condition. You can deny it's not fun, but clearly you're having fun. Any questions for Joel before we move to Carol?
Yeah, I'm actually looking for that bit blaster on the internet. I can't find it, Jolo.
Hang on, I'm trying to find my keyboard. Where the heck did I hide my keyboard in here so I can go look for it too?
While you're looking, let's see how Bill's doing. N6HA, give us a 5 count.
1 tomato, 2 tomato, 3 tomato, 4 tomato, 5.
Oh, you're back. You sound good.
Yeah, I think I figured out my issue. Let me try a tone just real quick, but the Carol could go. Let me give it a tone.
Go ahead. If you have a tone, it'll be your turn. Yeah, that's working. You did it.
Okay, I'm going to have to talk to George about this because it's a little annoying. I have to go into data mode to send and then turn off data mode to talk.
Oh, that would be a little bit annoying. But does that 9700 not use a signal link or an external sound card? It's all built in.
Using the built-in one right now. I do have something around here I might be able to use for a sound card, but yeah, it's unfortunate. If you guys are ready, I could send something.
Well, let's see if Joel found the website, and then we'll come right back to you. Joel, AI6DG, AE6JG. Do you have the website for KP4MD?
Bit Banger, not Blaster. Bit Banger. And they had a special deal, like $20 off for off of an eBay purchase. I saw this last year in August at DEF CON, and the same people were there again this year. I didn't visit them this year, but I went ahead and bought this because what the heck, I like building kits. Even as much as I hate winding toroids, I do enjoy kits. Yeah, Bit Banger, not Blaster. I guess I'm thinking of the Anderson power distribution devices. Back to net, AI6TG.
Thanks. Carol, did you copy that?
Affirmative. I'm looking at it. Thank you very much. It's very interesting.
All right. This is Alpha Echo 6 Juliet Golf Net Control for the Slow Scan TV Net, which we hold Wednesday nights on this frequency. Anybody else like to join us? All right, Bill. You don't have to transmit by voice. Just go ahead and send your image.
I need to get my my voice time in. All right, this is N6HA, and I'm going to do this Martin 1 for the sake of time.
All right, go ahead. N6HA. It's a little pocket scanner with a 50 pence piece? I don't know. Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, it looks more like a quarter to me, but
believe these might have to even have a little bit of extra text in the.
that's one heck of a small scanner. I'm interested to know about it. Should be interesting. N6PGQ.
Thanks. Joel, AI6DG.
Looks like a pager. Do they still make pager cases? Did someone maybe fit something in a pager? Anyway, it's bright yellow, a display, 2 buttons, scan and reset. Can't read what the name of the, it looks like it's got a name above the 2 buttons. Sports or something? FM something scanner, set, mode, buttons next to the display. It's not powered up so we can't see what the display would say. Don't see an antenna. What is it scanning? Back to net, EI6DG.
Yeah, and why do you have to put a quarter in it to turn it on? Carol, KP4MD. KP4MD comments on Bill's image. All right. Bill, tell us about it.
Yeah, you guys couldn't read it because the audio, the image quality is not very good, but it says FM auto scanner. So this is a little teeny tiny FM radio scanner. The scan button will find you to the next station, and the reset just resets it somewhere in the middle of the band. Up top there's a set and a mode, and that's actually an LCD for a little clock. So you can set the time and know what time it is. On the side there's a switch for off and then low volume and high volume. And it actually uses your headphones, that literally the wire as the antenna. So if you use a very nice piece of headphones that are very shielded, you actually don't hear anything. You need the very low quality headphones to be able for this to work, surprisingly. So I got a new radio, and I was just trying to think what is my favorite radio, and I think this might have to be it. It's nice and small, and I had a lot of fun growing up playing with this, so I thought I'd share it. And I can't find anything like it. I wanted to buy a new one since the screen's broken on this one. It doesn't work, and I don't want to open it up, surprisingly. So yeah, I thought I'd show it off, and if you guys ever see one, I'd be in the market to buy another. N6HA back to that.
Oh, that's a good story, N6HA. It reminds me of my yellow Sony Walkman, the cassette Walkmans, just because of the color. Any comments for Bill before we move to Carol? KP4MD, are you ready to share an image?
Yeah. Okay, it's KP4MD. It is going to be PD120.
Okay, copy that. I will send an image, or at least attempt to, PD120. right, this is AE6JG. Bob, N6PGQ, comments on the image.
Well, very good quality. Looks like there's the ocean in the backdrop. Nice table in the front with looks like a tablecloth and a Yeti coffee cup, chair, fire pit, and another chair off in the corner. This is a really nice place. I'd be interested to know where it is. Few more pixel pops than the last few, but very good quality nonetheless. N6PGQ.
Thanks, Bob. Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, this is let's be where you've been. Yeah, it's a good photo. Not too many pixel pops. Good quality. Yeah, it looks like someone's enjoying. I'm going to say sunrise. No, that's a sunset. I see land across the water, so I'm thinking you're somewhere like maybe Monterey, and that's Santa Cruz on the other side, or vice versa. Maybe it's a mirage, but yeah, good composition, nice fire pit, looks like a good time. Where is it? N6HA back to net.
Thanks, Bill. Joel, AI6DG.
I'm guessing California, somewhere, or certainly West Coast, which means this is morning. I don't think it's land across the water. I think those are clouds. So there's someone sitting up on the porch, or excuse me, patio, having their morning coffee and cookie or biscuit, as the English would say. A couple of Adirondack chairs, one at the table, one by the fireplace. I don't know, what are those, cypress or cedar trees off in the distance with brown grass in between. Looks like the start of a nice day. Back to net, the I6DG.
Thanks, Joel. Let me check with Carol. I know she's rebooting her SSTV. KP4MD, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm copying the picture is really nice and clear. Yeah, I rebooted, so I don't know if I'll be able to send a picture, but my next chance I'll try. But really nice clear picture, maybe just about a dozen pixel pops you mostly see up in the blue sky there. Thank you, back to you.
Thanks, Carol. Yeah, this was last week, I'm trying to think, maybe 10 days ago. We were, I want to call it camping, but it sure doesn't seem like camping. This was at a place called Costa Noa, which is halfway between, it's north of Santa Cruz and south of Half Moon Bay. And I'm just sitting outside at the table that came with our spot, having coffee and the biscuits. Joel, you were right. Those are McVitie's digestives, which when I was studying at the University of Bristol in England, I ate every day in 1986. So that was a while ago. Anyway, when I see McVitie's, I buy them, or my wife buys them for me. I love them. And hopefully Andy in England is enjoying that. Anyway, so that's where we were. So it was about 10 days ago, looking to Hawaii in the morning. Comments? All right. I'll also say that me and one of our other club members who camps with us, we were able to hit Barcelona with a buddy pole from there on the grass, so which was kind of nice. That is Highway 1 between over the hill is 2-lane Highway 1 and then the beach. Okay, Carol, do you want to try to transmit?
Good question. Pole, AI6DG.
20 meters. 20 meters. KP4MD, you want to try?
Yeah, okay, we're going to try now again. Let's see if this works. If not, we'll just skip me tonight. It's KP for MD.
Joel, AI6DG, what do you think this is?
Hang on. Okay, I just ran back into the room from elsewhere. Usually it put me last, so I was expecting I had time to do some stuff. Okay, so we're looking at all kinds of gear here. We've got a tabletop with hand mics and maybe a beer on the left and some maps. First level on the table, I see on the left I don't know if it's a power supply. I'm guessing it could be a power supply or an antenna tuner or a power meter. A transceiver of some kind in the center. Another transceiver on the right, maybe that's a 10 meter or a CB. Next, that's from left to right. Next row up, probably another power supply on the left. An antenna tuner sitting on top of probably another antenna tuner. Another even bigger antenna tuner, more power for HF with the cross meter and the knobs to tune. So it's a manual tune, not a auto tune. Probably a SWR power meter on the extreme right of that second level, and above that we have a laptop sitting on top of the antenna tuner, a calendar sitting on top of another antenna tuner, some more power or SWR meters on the left, a window behind the laptop with lacy curtains, fitting a lot of stuff in a lot of small space, multiple bands. I wonder if there's a beam control somewhere in there, a rotor controller. I don't see a rotor controller anywhere, but anyway, back to net, AI6DG.
This is AE6JG. Yeah, so before I move to Bob for a description, this is Andy's shack. Andy's watching us on YouTube Live. This is a real English ham shack. I'm really impressed with this. Okay, Bob, N6PGQ.
Well, pretty much everything has been described previously. Looks like there's a pan adapter on the laptop that's up there, tuned to 14144, which is in the CW and digital bands, and it looks like somebody's doing FT8 or one of the digital modes. So I'm getting interested to know what Carol's doing this week.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I think that's maybe Ham Radio Deluxe on the laptop. Bill, N6HA.
Yeah, good-looking ham shack. I do like the Budweiser can on the bottom left. I think that's an ICOM IC718 in the middle there, if I'm not mistaken. There's a radio on the right that has a frequency of 27 something, which is like CB band here in the U.S. I don't know what that is in the U.K. Yeah, then laptops. A good-looking shack. I didn't know 2E was a British call. I was staring at my map, and there's no 2Es up there. So I'm glad you guys knew where this was. I did see that he was in chat, so that's always fun to do the shout out. So yeah, N6HA back to net.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah, he's on QRZ on that call sign. All right, Carol, KP4MD, tell us more about this, or have Andy tell us more somehow.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good. Yeah, this is the picture of Andy Cowley's ham shack from QRZ.com. and I thought I'd just feature him since he checks into our YouTube live chat. And I can't really say anything more about the station than what you see there. Yeah, that rig on the lower right-hand corner is 27.575, channel 14, and that is their. They have FM channels up in that range up in the UK. So that looks like a CB rig, and then on the upper right-hand corner is a 2-meter rig that reads 145.30. Really, the ham radio deluxe. That's what that is, and I think in the UK they can operate phone on that frequency. They have different segments than we have. I guess most DX countries actually can operate voice over a wider part of the band than US hams do, so they possibly can operate voice there. And I'm just going to read from his QRZ profile. It says he's been on radio for a long time, since 1978. He likes to DX all over the world, and that calls the prefix 2 Echo 0 is for a specific license class. I don't know if they have a foundation, then they have another kind of license class which is equivalent to our general. Then they have the one that's equivalent to the extra, which I guess gets the G prefix. Yeah, the other prefixes are the M's. So it's I don't have it all sorted out yet, but I know they have several different license classes and they use different prefixes for those. So he's active on HF, DMR, D-Star, VHF, UHF, and a lot more modes. And he likes to follow a lot of people on YouTube, and we appreciate him following us here on our Slow Scan TV Net. So back to Net Control. This is KP4MD.
Thank you, Carol. Really cool. That was a great idea. Andy, thanks for letting us share the image of your shack. Any questions for Carol? All right. Well, we had a successful net. Bill was able to use his new 9700. Bob shared the Ford Fairlane photo, which was great. We've learned about the RF bit blaster, or whatever it is now. I forgot it, Joel. And we looked at the English shack. It was kind of fun. And you guys got to see where I was camping in Costanoa. So thanks to everybody who participated in tonight's Slow Scan TV Net. We hope to see you again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Pacific Time. The net is officially closed at 9:48 p.m. This is James, Alpha Echo 6, Juliet Golf, wishing all of you a good evening.
Thanks for running the net, James. It's a good one. And I might be selling that KX3, so I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. It's hard for me to imagine that any radio is too much radio for you, but yeah, let me know.